Bro,
What up, bro?
that track couldn't have worked out any better.
Dude, how did that just happen? That was amazing stuff, dude. It was just...
Well, you said you were listening to this band, Savior? I've never heard of them before.
Savior. I was listening to some of their newer stuff that's kind of like a little bit more slower. It has a girl vocalist in it now. And, yes, I was checking that track out. But, yeah, the track that we just played right now, which is called what?
Showtime.
Wow, Showtime.
Anthony Pettis?
I know, right?
That should be his walkout
Straight
song,
up. Yeah, so I've never heard this track before.
We haven't heard the whole thing either.
No. Yeah, straight up. So I come out of the washroom, right? And you're like, dude, why don't we just use this track? I'm like, what are you talking about? And after hearing it, I was just blown away. I was like, it was like a perfect fit. It was just, that's amazing. Yes, it's everything that I think we represent, the way we want things to look. So, boom, for sure. So for me, that track just came like into our lives right now was amazing. I was laughing so hard. I was cracking up. So yeah, man.
So shout out to Savior.
For sure.
Hopefully you don't mind us using this.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So what's been going on, man?
Oh, dude, same o.
How was your trip?
Trip was good, man. It was. I wish I could have stayed there like one more day.
You went to Lake Geneva, right?
Yeah, Lake Geneva. First time ever being over there, and really ever in Wisconsin. I've never been in Wisconsin.
It's a really nice place.
It's really super chill, dude. I would like to live there, actually. I wouldn't mind living that farm life.
Yeah? Outdoor and shit.
Yeah, dude, it was like a bunch of farms over there. Bunch of farms, very spacey. Big houses. Which I don't think it's probably not as expensive to own a big house over there as having a big house here in the city, which will cost you an arm and a leg.
Well, yeah, my parents had they partially owned, I guess, summer home out there, and the house was huge, man.
Yeah.
But it was just like something. It's like really nice out there. The place was like right off of the lake, so
yeah.
There were the lakefront houses, and then the road to get around the area, and then our place was like right on the other side of the road. So it was like you just had to walk down the hill to get to the lake.
Right.
So it was really nice. Yeah. Really chill out there. The people are really nice.
Yeah, I love it,
people in Wisconsin are all really nice.
Yeah, dude, this guy, when I was over there, there was this little food section inside the water park. And at this moment, we already had a bunch of fun. We went on a lazy river. I took my oldest Haley on a big slide going down on a double floaty, but we went down this tube. It was kind of terrifying. I was pretty scared. I'm super scared of roller coasters. I hate it, dude. I can't stand anything with heights. Was it in a
tube or was it open?
It was in an enclosed tube.
Oh, I hate those.
Really? I think I like those more than the ones that are halfway.
Like, I can go through them. It's just like those kind of give me a little bit of anxiety because you're like enclosed in a tube. Right. It's so weird.
Yeah. That's the scary part. But for me, I feel like if I might fly off this thing, if it's halfway, I wouldn't want to do it like that. So, but it was a little scared. Haley was scared. She didn't want to do it again. But it was fun, dude. So after we already went down the slides, played on the water, swim. We decided to go eat, and the guy who was at the checkout, super cool dude, super nice. I was a little confused how their setup was made, because it was, you had to register all the way to like on your right hand of this pretty open box square room, and you had the food all the way in the opposite section. So I didn't know if I was supposed to ask, like, I just didn't know what was the process of it. So the guy was really nice. He was super cool, and it was a bunch of fun, man. I wish I could have stayed there one more day. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's cool, man. You were only there for like 2 days, right?
Yeah, the hotel that we were staying at was nice. It was really big. It had a fireplace to it. After like we were in the water park until they closed it down, and we all had to go back into our rooms. And when I got home, when I got into our hotel room, after everyone was situated, I turned on the TV and I put on. They were showing the recap of UFC that just happened.
Really?
The John Dodson one? No, the Demetrius Johnson one. Demetrius Johnson versus Weeze, whatever it is. It's so hard. I hate
Hayes.
Yes, it's because to me it's spelled Weis, right?
No, it's Reis.
Reis.
But Brazilians, like, they say Renzo Gracie.
Right.
And then Henner Gracie, but they're like Renner.
Right.
And Renzo.
See, that dude. No disrespect, man. That guy, the guy's a good fighter, man. I mean, what he did to him, what Demetrius Johnson did to him, he does that to all of his opponents.
Yeah.
Taking nothing away from him, dude. But yeah, I got into the hotel room and started watching that again. And started rewatching. He's like, man, this guy's just amazing. He's just the best.
Yeah. The thing about Demetrius Johnson now is that he's really trying to prove a point, so he's going in there and finishing people. Like, he's making sure he gets the finish.
Yeah.
Before, he seemed like he was, just going in there and outclassing guys, like GSP style.
Right.
But now he's going in there specifically looking to finish guys.
Yeah.
And it seems like in their, like, strongest areas, because, like, this guy was a submission. Like, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Right.
Known for his submissions, and he was still went in there and got him to tap.
Yeah, I know, dude. And poor dude was so bummed out about it. But
he said he would rather get knocked out than submitted.
Really, dude, I'll take a submission. I could just tap. Right, it hurts.
But that's what he's known for, is
right.
his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Dude is a badass. Well, yeah, what did you do, man, during, did you go out anywhere?
For that fight? Well, this was a fight that happened this past weekend.
No,
past weekend?
Yeah, this past weekend.
Oh, no, Saturday I had work. Sunday I went out to brunch with the family. Me, Chris, Ralph, my parents, my sister, and my grandma. We went to, O'Donovan's.
Oh, okay.
Over by Irving and Damon.
Yeah.
Just had brunch, all you can eat. Had beers and mimosas.
Yeah.
Me, Chris, and Ralph got pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed
up,
after.
Like, super fucked up.
No. Well, like, when we were at the brunch place, like, we stayed after and, like, drank and, like, because it was unlimited mimosas till 2, so we stayed till 2 and had mimosas.
Damn.
And then we were like okay there, but then we decided to go to Lizards afterwards.
Yeah.
And we drank more and played some pool, and we got pretty messed up.
Yeah, well, at least Lizards like
close.
Yeah, close by.
We just stumbled home.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. And then Saturday I worked, but I watched the fights.
Yeah.
Came home and watched the fights.
Yeah, again, as usual, I had to record it. Watch it afterwards. Dude, I just found out that I don't even know who won between the Sam Alvey fight and...
Sam Alvey lost. Talis Latis won by decision.
Decision?
Yeah, he pretty much went in there and chopped his legs down, and then didn't really let him touch him.
Okay. Yeah, dude, you know that for that fight, we didn't get to see that Jake Ellenberger fight versus Mike Perry, because there was the baseball game was on, and yeah, so like I totally had forgot about that fight. It went straight to, I believe it was Lozon and Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't until the next day that I found that I remembered. I was like, what happened to that fight? So I looked it up, and I saw this brutal picture of just Jake Ellenberger just being starched on the floor. I was like, Really?
Yeah, that was the
another
one fight
knockout. Another knockout, dude. Added to this Mike Perry guy.
Yeah.
Mike Perry Platinum?
Mike Platinum Perry.
Mike Platinum Perry?
Yeah, dude. He's,
Perry.
Apparently, I think he's from Florida. Apparently, he's a big deal. Like, just like
That's
Jorge
scary.
Masvidal on the streets.
Straight up.
And he's only 25, dude.
God
He
damn.
has this, like, brutal knockout power, and he's like Jorge Masvidal. He likes to fight, so this is his world.
Yeah, you can tell him. You can tell, dude. He has that little bit of like Diaz / Masvidal in him.
And you saw the knockout, right? They were like in a clinch, and it was like I felt like Jake Ellenberger was not paying attention because they were in a clinch, and then Mike Perry like looked at Jake Ellenberger, and then he pretty much just like stepped to the side and hit him with that elbow.
Yeah,
like he did it like all nonchalantly and just knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, dude, brutal, man. He didn't hit him again, did he?
No,
good.
Just that one elbow.
That's right. Yeah. And he was doing good. That's the thing that was. Okay, before we start recapping this, I wanted to say, dude, this was like definitely like one of the like. All I kept on seeing a lot in this card was a lot of comebacks.
Yeah.
A lot of comebacks in this fight. So Jake Ellenberger was one of the dudes that was winning the fight because to me he was winning. He was doing well. He was landing like jabs, keeping the distance, not really engaging in that crazy bullshit that Mike Perry has, that power. He was always keeping at a distance.
Yeah.
And then, he just got clipped with that elbow. Well, it started with that left hook, I think it was.
Yeah, he knocked him down.
Make him stumble on his ass.
Yeah.
And then from there, they got up into a clinch.
Yeah. And then he just put him to sleep.
Yeah.
That was a vicious knockout.
Yeah. So this card just came. It was a fights of comebacks. It was just the guy who was losing ends up winning.
Well, not really.
I mean, like which one? Let's go to the prelims. I heard that Ortiz and Moreno fight. You hear about that?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
was good. Sam Alvey pretty much lost his fight. I didn't see that one. And then this one was controversial, but I think Taylor won.
Taylor?
Yeah.
That Moreno guy's gonna be, dude, he's an up and coming guy, man. That Mexican dude. They are referring to him, I think it was Tyrone Woodley and Yves Edward who was calling him McLovin because he kind of has that McLovin face and shit.
Yeah.
You know, but that dude's badass, man.
Yeah.
Moreno's good. He's good, and I think he's top 9 now.
Really?
In that division, so he's coming up, man.
Brandon Moreno?
Yeah, it doesn't say what. If I remember correctly, he was top 9, but he's top 9 now, dude. He's under the top 10. Well, that dude's a badass. I can't wait to see who else they start pairing him to fight with, because that guy, every time you put him in there, he's gonna want to fucking finish you. He goes in there to fight. He's one of those dudes that he doesn't go by the point system so much. He really tries to just whip your ass and just knock you out or put you to sleep or break a limb or something.
Yeah.
Dude is badass. So, for you, what was the best fight on this card? Like, as far as, like, entertainment or interesting?
I liked the Dotson and Wineland fight just because Dotson's so fast.
Yeah.
So fun to watch him fight.
Yeah, especially in that weight class, dude.
Yeah, because he's fighting the bigger guys.
And he has power, too.
Yeah.
He has power.
Well, he has power because he's like 10 times as fast as these dudes. So he's like, he can jump in and hit you. He can like lunge forward and hit you more than like most of these guys are going to be planting.
Yeah, even Eddie Wineland, when he went back to his corner, you heard he was.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this guy's so fast.
He didn't really do anything to John Dotson. Really, nothing.
He couldn't touch him.
He couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
Like, it was, you could see it. It was like every time he would try to strike, he was not hitting anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, John Dotson, that dude is, and from what he's talking about, that a lot of fighters are turning him down, like fighting.
I heard that.
So I mean, after this fight, I think other fighters are gonna start showing more interest in fighting this dude.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just Oscar in the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. So, and then
this Lozon and Ray fight was pretty back and forth.
That was another fight of that was another comeback fight. Cause
yeah.
Lozon clearly took that first round.
Yeah.
Had him top. He was mounted on top, throwing elbows at his face. But he admitted after the fight was over, that he really thought that he was going to finish him, and he gassed himself out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what happened, and that's what Ray ended up taking the second and third.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about OSP and De Lima?
That wasn't
that wasn't really. It was kind of like nothing much was happening.
No, I mean it was. OSP was trying to play it smart in the first round.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want. He knew that De Lima, he's most dangerous is in the first round because he has that
punching power.
Yeah.
And then he gasses himself out.
Exactly, and he starts those punching. The power is not as strong anymore. So coming to the second round, I think he knew, like, all right, now I can step it up a little bit. So I think he was smart in this fight.
Yeah, and then it seemed like once he took him to the ground, it was over.
Yeah, what the? I never seen that freaking submission before. It was.
Well, he did it before. It's the Von Flue choke.
Yeah, apparently it's the second one now that he's done.
Yeah,
yeah.
He before this fight, there had only been 2 in history, and he had 1 of them, and now he has 2 of 3. But it's like everybody should know once he gets you down into that position, like side control or something like that.
Yeah.
He just like works it in there, and you don't even know you're getting choked out until it's like almost too late.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I gotta tap.
What can I not breathe with? What?
Yeah. But even Brian Stan was saying that like once he took him down, it could be like he could look for a Von Flue choke, like he's done this before, and then it happened like not much longer.
I love his commentating. I think he's the shit, dude. Brian Stan.
He was like correcting the Todd Grisham guy.
He's always correcting him.
Yeah, he was like, well, no.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, he's always correcting him a lot of the time.
Well, yeah, because that guy's new. He doesn't really know everything, so I don't know why the fuck they got rid of Goldberg. It doesn't make any sense.
I know. Have they ever put Brian Stan and Joe Rogan together?
I don't think so. I think Rogan's new guy is Dominic Cruz, and then they have DC does it sometimes, but I think Dominic Cruz is going to be doing it all the time with Rogan, and then Anik too. So they're going to be like a trio. Yeah.
Damn.
So that's kind of cool. Like if Anik can like work his way in there more, because Cruz and Rogan can go off and like talk for a long time.
Yeah.
Anik does kind of like more the in between fights. He says random things. Yeah, advertisements. He says random things during the fight, like kind of about the fighters.
Yeah.
And that's his job, but he just has to like work his way in there. You know, get a good flow with them.
Yeah.
I didn't like Anik at first, but now that I've been listening to their podcast more, I like him now. He seems like a cool guy.
He's cool.
I thought he was a fucking dork at first. Just like this Todd Grisham guy. He probably sucks now, but maybe he can get it right.
John Anik got that 209 tattoo now, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that changed a lot of things.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, Brandon Vera sucks.
Brandon Vera? Where the fuck did that come from?
You know, isn't he a champion in another legacy? Yeah, right.
I think it's legacy.
Yeah, he was good, dude. I don't know what happened to him. Like, it seemed like he choked in the big fights.
Yeah.
Right.
What about that Quinta and Diego Sanchez fight? You think it's over for Diego? He already said he's still fighting, but he doesn't look great ever.
Oh, dude. I think he should step aside now. He should, man. He's been in too many wars, bro.
Do you think he should step aside or fight like these new guys? Or not new guys because he's old, but like the lower level, lower ranking guys.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to continue fighting, he should be fighting these lower ranked fighters, but even the lower ranked fighters are crazy because those are the ones that you don't even expect, and they're the up and coming breed and shit. Like, look at Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah, guys nowadays are like good at everything.
Right.
So it kind of sucks for these new guys.
Like, what was that one other dude that we just saw fighting with? They had the red mohawk and shit.
Oh, Dukaske?
That's another up-and-coming guy. That guy looks fucking super unorthodox.
And he's apparently... Who's he been talking a lot of shit with since that fight? Fuck, I don't remember, but... He's been beefing it up with some guys, so there's probably going to be more fights for him soon.
See, so these guys are up and coming. Even those guys are strange, dude. Like, you can't even figure them out because you really don't know much about them.
Yeah.
You know, so, I don't know, Diego Sanchez.
But yeah, that Dukaske guy, he starched his last opponent. He hit him with that overhand right so fast, and then... It was literally like in the EA MMA game where they kind of go like timber.
Yeah.
Like you just cut the last piece and they slowly fall.
Yeah.
Like a tree.
Slowly just gonna fall backwards now. Yeah, man. And Alec Quinta, he's dope. I really hope the UFC starts paying the money that he deserves, dude. I don't know why the UFC doesn't. He is this new... And he's young. How old is Alec Quinta? Do you know? Let's see. He's... Does it even say, does it? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? Scroll down, dude. He's young, though, right? He's like... Let's see. Hold on, we're searching it right now.
Alec Quinta Italian beef. Raging Al Realty. Check it out, guys.
Check. Alright, he...
29.
29. Alright, cool. That's what I thought it was. Guy is young still, dude. He's 29. He's not super young, but he's still, like...
Yeah, but he's a guy who...
About to enter his prime.
Yeah, he's about to enter, is in his prime.
Even now, I'd say.
And... He's not getting the push. He's not getting paid well. That's why he was like going off on the UFC.
Yeah.
Like on the MMA hour, he was just not happy. Did you saw like the Skype interview, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, he. And what I found this interesting about this whole him calling out Dana White and pretty much telling him "fuck you," that. He trains with Matt Serra, and Matt Serra is like one of Dana White's buddy and shit, you know. So Matt Serra has this podcast with I think it's called UFC Fight Talk or something. It's Ray Longo, I think.
Is it the one with Norton? UFC
Maybe.
Unleashed.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that
the one
your
brother listens to.
Yeah. He didn't really mention anything about it, you know, about the whole thing about him, Alec Quinta telling Dana White "fuck you." Like, if you're in a podcast like that, I think listeners want to kind of hear like what's your point of view.
Yeah, you should say something about that if your guy is unhappy about his situation. But I mean, maybe they just stay out of it. I mean, Ray Longo says more about Weidman and Iaquinta and all these guys more than Sarah ever talks about him. But I've never listened to that podcast, so I don't really know what they talk about.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really short. It's not really that long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's I like it. It's a good one. But yeah, I was hoping to hear something about what he had to say about his about one of his fighters, you know, and he didn't really mention much about it. But yeah, and then Alec Quinta just being super unhappy with talking. He didn't get a fight bonus. What's up with that? He didn't get a fight bonus.
The bonuses went to Mike Perry, Swanson, Lobov, and Moreno.
That's fucking bullshit, dude. You said Swanson, Moreno, and who else?
Lobov and Mike Perry.
Well, why didn't if Jake Ellenberger and Mike Perry got a bonus?
Just Mike Perry got a bonus.
Oh, Mike Perry. Then why didn't Alec Quinta get him? It was the same thing. He knocked him out cold. He put him to sleep. He fell down. He couldn't get back up.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
OSP got
submission of the night, probably.
No, he didn't get anything, and he got a Von Flue choke. This one was just a guillotine, right?
Yeah. It was a good one. I was going back and forth, but yeah, I mean, if you think about it, also in a different perspective, where you think about, okay, you're cursing out your employer, right?
Yeah.
Do you think your employer is going to give you any fucking bonuses?
Well, this was already after the bonuses were given out.
I think he's been talking shit even before.
Well, yeah, that's what he was saying. Like he thinks the UFC uses the bonuses against fighters. Like they don't give them to you unless you're kissing their ass.
Yeah. I like how he mentioned about Dana White has said his best part of the night was his jet, his personal jet, his ride home or something.
Yeah.
No, Quinta was just talking super bad about him. He's saying like, dude.
I don't even think it was about their card. I think it was he was talking about the New York card where Wonder Boy and Woodley.
Oh,
their whole card was kind of lame.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when Dana White was like, the best part of the night was the flight home.
Yeah.
He was like, of course it is. You're in a private fucking jet.
That would be like...
These guys just went in there and fought their asses off.
For some people, that would be like their time of their life, you know what I mean? Yeah. To fly in a personal jet. That's like, for you, that's the best day, like the best thing that happened to you. Like, fuck you, dude. I don't know. But Quinta, he definitely needs to get paid for sure, right?
Yeah, he needs to get paid, but at the same time, he is talking a lot of shit, so I can see why he's not getting paid, but it's still bullshit. Ariel was saying like he needs to go in there and do a face-to-face, and Quinta was like, yeah, but I don't think they want to hear me. So, yeah, he said I'll do it, but they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
So he's going in there. He's knocking dudes out. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He beat Jorge Masvidal, who's about to fight like a number 1 contender fight in a division higher.
Dude, like, to me, this kind of reminds me of like that this George Masvidal and versus Damian Maia. Kind of reminds me of like Jacare versus Romero. Was his name?
Yo Romero?
No, Jacare versus the one that just knocked him the fuck out and TKO'd him.
Whitaker?
Yeah, Whitaker. Yeah, I don't know why I said Romero.
Yeah,
Whitaker, dude.
I think Jorge Masvidal can go in there and whoop Damian.
He could do it like that. He could do it like that if he keeps his distance, stuff those takedowns, and play smart. Like, don't get tangled in his bullshit. But we'll see how good Damian Maia is against this fucking crazy dude who's just like really willing to kill and do anything for it. He's willing to go to sleep.
I honestly, that's the fight I'm most excited about on that card.
Yeah, me too, dude. It takes me back what I was going to tell you earlier. One of my buddies was telling me like, oh man, the UFC, man, is putting, they're not making good fights. They're not making good like fights and good cards. I was like, what? This one coming up is actually pretty good. I mean, Stipe versus Dos Santos, that's good. And of course, Masvidal versus Damian Maia, that's good. That's the one I'm super excited for. I know that's the one that you're excited for. The Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Frankie Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez. Henry Cejudo versus Pettis is the first fight. See?
And then you got Alvarez versus Poirier. Oh my god, the list goes on and on. What else do you have? You have
nothing after that.
James
Vick on the first card. Damn. He's an exciting fighter.
Yeah. I think he snoozed, right? His last fight. He didn't do so good. Yeah, but this card is sick, dude. UFC, alright, they're starting to put some really nice cards together now. They're starting to come together.
Yeah.
But I heard something about somebody had mentioned in the Conor McGregor circle that that if Nate Diaz really wants a trilogy fight against Conor McGregor, he has to fight, and especially if this fight against Floyd Mayweather happens. If Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight, he wants Nate Diaz to step in, fight Tony Ferguson, and the winner between those two guys could fight Conor McGregor again. And then by that time, hopefully the pieces will fall together with Floyd Mayweather.
At least he's
and Conor
finally
McGregor.
like saying something.
Which is kind of who wouldn't want? I would love to see Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz.
That's the fight.
It's like
Khabib's not gonna happen.
It's like seeing two. Like I don't know. It's so hard. Like it's like both of those fighters are so dope to me, dude. They're like so inspiring.
Nate still.
Yeah, Nate still right. But it's scary because I can see Tony Ferguson doing something.
I could see Tony Ferguson whipping his ass, but I'd still go for Nate.
Yeah,
I like Tony Ferguson. He's probably he's one down.
That's
on my
just how
list
it goes
for Nate.
with every Diaz. It's just like we Carlos Condit, amazing. We love him, except when he's fighting Nick Diaz. You know, it's like.
In that fight, we were super pissed.
Yeah, we don't like Carlos Condit if he's fighting Nick Diaz. Yeah, but what the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, Masvidal versus Maia, I think, right?
No.
No?
No, we were talking about this card.
Yeah.
Your friend was snoozing.
Oh, yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. That I was really impressed. And then what's coming up after that? Is the next card already set up? UFC 212, I think it would be. Let's take a look. Because this fight, UFC 211, I was really impressed on how it came together, dude. Shocking that Alvarez is fighting in the preliminary fights.
After that is Gustafsson versus Teixeira in Sweden. But that's like pretty much the only fight that's like worth watching. I don't know any of these other people.
Yeah, that's going to be...
They all look like probably like Swedes or something like that.
God damn, dude! I don't know. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a hard fight to break down. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do the homework for that. Yeah, we'll
and then
see.
The next one is Jose Aldo versus Max Holloway.
That would be UFC 212. All right, let's see. We got Anderson Silva to be determined.
Somebody.
He
doesn't want to fight Luke Rockhold. He doesn't want to fight Romero.
And he's scared. All right.
Claudia Gadelha versus Kowalkiewicz. The little Polish girl, yeah. She's the last girl to fight Joanna, or one of them.
Yeah. Wow,
Eric Silva's fighting.
I lost respect for Eric Silva.
This is gonna be a good fight. Assunção versus Moraes.
Yeah.
The Marlon Moraes guy.
I don't think I know him, dude.
He's coming over from. He's the champ of World Series of Fighting.
Is he?
In the bantamweight.
We gotta check him out.
But I'm not gonna be here for this one.
Where you be at?
Camping.
Okay.
I can probably do the breakdown that Wednesday, and then we're leaving Thursday morning.
All right. We just gotta do it early how we did it today.
Yeah.
Just get here. Yeah, but damn, this card kind of looks iffy, actually. Right? Little iffy. Yeah.
Top 3 fights, and then this is Assunção and Morris fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Thing that could save this card is if they really put Rockhold to fight Anderson Silva. Right?
That would be...
Or Yoel Romero. Any of those two guys.
I think it would have to be Yoel. I mean, Rockhold makes sense, but Rockhold would just fucking... Yeah. I think he would just dominate him.
I think any of those guys would destroy Anderson Silva. Yoel Romero got some vicious fucking...
Yeah, Yoel Romero is 38 too, but he's still like 24 in his muscles.
Yeah. Yeah, so any of those guys would be a tough matchup. And if Anderson Silva wins between that, give him Michael Bisping again. Dude, he just destroyed 2 top contenders.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not 2. I mean, one of the top contenders. But either way, that would be a good fight.
Get out of here, Frank.
And then moving on, we already talked about Ellenberger, Perry, Lozon and Ray. Dotson and Wineland. We talked about OSP versus De Lima. We talked about Alaquinta. Then Alaquinta, dude, that was a perfect punch, man. How he landed that.
It was just perfect straight right.
And it was just
like a target.
It was like a beautiful target, and it was just like Diego Sanchez was coming around the punch, which took like longer time to connect. You know, if you're coming like rather than straight forward, rather than cutting through.
Yeah.
Fucking Alaquinta
was a looping punch.
Yeah, dude, just cut him off and boop. Perfect punch, man. So that was beautiful, dude. I would hate for him to not see him fight ever again. This would be something that would just like, if he's not gonna fight the UFC, at least go to Bellator, and hopefully Bellator can help him out.
He can't. He has like
under contract
he's
or
like
something.
4 fights left on his contract.
4?
Yeah.
Finish your contract.
He can't. He doesn't even want to fight. That's the thing. He doesn't want to fight. He has a bunch of fights left on his contract, or he doesn't want to fight for this chump change, and like no recognition or anything.
Yeah.
But he can't get out of his contract because they're not going to release him, so he can go fight somewhere else and make money. So they're just like holding him hostage. Like, they should just pay him more, and then he can put on good fights.
Yeah, and give him good opponents. Because who would you put him up with, not with this fight, that he just knocked out Diego Sanchez? Who would you put him next to fight? If he was going to fight again, it was...
he's at 155?
Yeah, right? 155.
Yeah.
I would like to see him fight Khabib, dude.
Khabib, yeah, that would be a good fight. They're kind of built the same.
Right. That would be a good fight, Khabib. And that would be Khabib's, like, I would say give Khabib another fight before he... He disappointed a lot of fans, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like,
eating that tiramisu. Yummy cakes.
Dude, that was such a fucking bummer, man. But, yeah, I would like to see him fight Khabib. Barbosa would be another good fight for him.
Barbosa, yeah.
Right?
I think Barbosa would eat up his legs, dude.
Yeah.
That would be not a good fight for him to take. But if he beats him, that would be a good fight to win.
Yeah, and then finally, Cub Swanson versus Lobov, dude. What do you think about that fight?
It's pretty good. I mean, that Lobov guy is just like... He looks like he's gassed out at all times. He looks like he's kind of like...
I don't think you can knock that motherfucker out.
I don't think so either.
Dude, the shots he took from different angles, fucking spinning heel kicks and spinning elbows and just
he's the Russian
overhands.
Hammer, bro. You're not supposed to be able to knock him out.
I mean, but did you watch the post fight after the event?
No.
They had somebody was talking about Lobov, like, oh, he's gonna gain a lot of respect and a lot of fans from this fight, and Tyron Woodley had loved it, dude, because he kept it fucking real. He was just like, I mean, the only thing you can talk about is that that his chin was there and that his heart was there, but other than that, you can't really say. Like, you can see that Cub Swanson was in a whole different level than him, and then he has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And like, you guys they're really just like giving him all this props, you know. And Tyron Woodley was like, no, he still has a bunch of work to do before he gets into that type of level of fighting these top contenders.
Yeah.
The only thing you give him is his chin and his heart. That's it. Or his warrior spirit. That's it. But other than that, no way. And
this is Conor McGregor's main training partner?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
So he just beats up on this dude?
I love how Cub Swanson was toying with him at a moment.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Cub Swanson was saying, like, I wish that he would hit me with his best fucking punch. Right? You heard about that?
Yeah.
And he said...
So you can prove that he's going to walk right through it or something?
Yeah, he was like, so if he punches me, I would just smile on his fucking face, and so you can see that I could take your punch. And he did that, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th round. He hit him with a good punch, and Swanson just stood right in front of him, and he gave him like this big Joker smile. It was sick, dude. And the announcers were saying it as the fight was going on, like, rumor in the street is that Cub Swanson says that he wishes that Lobov will hit him with his best punch, so he can look at him in the eyes and just smile at him, so he can know that he could take his punch. And as soon as he said that, dude, he stood there and it was perfect. He just smiled at him sick. And then the announcer was like, there it goes, guys, you know. It was just perfect. It was perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
So Swanson was a fucking killer in that fight. He was super confident. Why can he not fight like that when it comes to like top contender fights?
I don't know, dude.
Pisses me off.
Well, I mean, Frankie is Frankie.
I mean, Lovop also kind of had a little bit of good. His best moments was in the earlier rounds.
Apparently, Cub Swanson got hit in this fight against Lobov more than he had gotten hit in any other fight, even against Frankie.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. But then what was it that made Swanson look so? I guess he just landed a lot more, like many more punches.
He landed a lot more, and then this guy's punches weren't like as effective. Like,
yeah.
He probably just did a good job of rolling off of him and not eating him completely.
Yeah, and then he ended up breaking his one of his hands in that fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his hand. He said, like, dude, this guy's, like he said, he was saying this dude's head is super hard. And he said he didn't even know when it happened. He didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, and that his coaches were like yelling at him at the fight to knock him out, to kill him. He was like, dude, this guy's head is hard. It's like, and he ended up breaking his hand in that fight. So Cub Swanson, he wants to fight the winner between Aldo and Holloway. What do you think about that? Do you think he's worthy of that, or do you think he should fight somebody else? Because he did fight somebody who's not even in the top 15.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think if you go rankings-wise, he shouldn't get that fight. But stylistically, he'd give either one of those guys a good fight.
Yeah.
It would be an entertaining fight,
too. He already fought Max Holloway, didn't he? Yeah, he fought Max Holloway, and Max Holloway whooped him. And he fought Aldo. No.
I don't think he fought Aldo.
Not Aldo, but he fought Max Holloway. But see, if Cub Swanson could come in with that confidence every time, and he was being more unorthodox in this fight than any other fight. He was spinning, heel kicks, elbows, anything. Judo. He landed 209 significant strikes. And then Lobov landed 123. Damn, but his percentage out of 209 of 296 for Cub Swanson of significant strikes. 71%.
He was over 70% striking.
That's not bad. See, that's where the outclassment, like.
And this guy,
you could see it.
40s.
44% with the significant strikes. In total strikes, Lobov had 46%. Cub Swanson had 73%. Yeah, Cub Swanson just total outclassed him, dude. I love the judo throw he did in the later round.
Yeah, that was
really nice. Yeah, but Cub Swanson, if he could come in like that every time with that confidence, he'll give anybody a tough fight. So, yeah, man, I think that was it, right? Nothing else for this recap. I think we had to me the highlight was Alaquinta, dude. His knockout was, and just the fact how outspoken he was. He reminds me
like he stole the show.
Yeah, right.
At the event, and then on Monday when he did that interview, and he's still been talking shit over Twitter since then.
Yeah, man, you can't. You gotta pay these fighters. You can't be giving a special treatment to one fighter and not the other, and just giving like special services. If you're Conor McGregor, which Conor McGregor brings a lot of revenue, but I think you should still help out the ones that they're doing their job. Great performances. They're doing perfect. You gotta do something about that.
Yeah.
But
pay these guys.
Yeah, definitely, dude. For sure.
What else is happening in the MMA world?
I don't know.
Did you see Did you see the videos of GSP?
Yeah.
His fat gut.
What do you think about that shit, dude? He did look a little bit round around the belly, dude.
He's been drinking a lot of beer with those dinosaurs.
Beer belly, dude. I don't know what the hell is going on. People were talking about that. Maybe it's like he wants to get big and then bulk up. So
yeah,
maybe.
Well, he said he's getting big. This is the biggest he's ever been. So
we'll see how he gets bulked up.
And then Bisping.
Fucking Bisping. GSP looks like he's been impregnated by an alien. Fucking Bisping is so funny, dude. Fucking guy. Love
He's
it.
hilarious, dude, but I always want him to lose.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Like,
I like him during the lead up to the fight. Once he gets in the cage, I just want him to get whooped.
Yeah. Fucking Bisping is hilarious, man. Can't believe he said that. Yeah, he did look a little round around the belly. Yeah, he did definitely. I would have to agree with Bisping, dude. Did you hear about Fabio Maldonado?
I heard he got into an accident, but I didn't look into the details.
Yeah, he had like a cut. He had cut one of his main arteries. It was like somewhere like close, like on his wrist, right here, and they had a picture of it. It was like really graphic because apparently he fell down some stairs, and when he fell down the stairs, he went through a glass door.
Oh shit!
So yeah, he had pictures of him and the picture on like the blood all over the floor. Like he said, he lost a ton of blood, but thankfully that everything's gonna be fine and everything. But yeah, he did cut a main artery and he lost a lot of blood. But according to him, on the Twitter post he wrote that everything's gonna be fine according to doctors. Yeah, but that's crazy. I like Fabio Maldonado, dude. I liked him. I liked him when I saw him first fight in the UFC, and he was fighting. I think he fought JDS before. He's fought the top dudes, man, and his boxing is good, I like it. I like his like.
And he whooped Fedor.
He did, definitely did, but they were in Russia.
He was always a guy. Well, they overturned that. They overturned the fight.
Yeah,
but he was always a guy who would go in there and just move forward and box.
Yeah,
he's not trying to take you down.
And he gave Rampage a good fight too.
Yeah,
so
didn't he fight Glover too?
Yeah, he fought Glover. He
he hurt Glover too.
Yeah, he fought. Yeah, he hurt Glover too and shit. So he's He's one of those guys that he's not like. He has his moments in every fight, Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. What else is going on in the MMA world? I'm just excited about this pay-per-view coming up, UFC 211, right?
Yeah, but we'll save that for the breakdown.
The breakdown.
Did you hear John Jones and DC 2 is happening July 29th?
I didn't know that.
So they have two pay-per-views in July. The one 4th of July weekend.
And one towards the end.
And then one at the end. And they're going to fight in Anaheim. But I think they're going to be a co-main event.
They have to, because Dana White said that he would never put John Jones again in a main event. But at least not now.
Actually, from the poster or from the thing I saw, they were the main event. And then the second fight under them was a Cyborg versus Durandamy.
I think what they'll probably do is, if GSP and Bisping fight in July, how Bisping is pushing forward for that fight to happen, because there's still no date on that, right?
Yeah, no date yet.
No, but if it happens in July, they'll most likely either do it on July 4th, so where they have the big pay-per-views, and they'll probably have that as the main event, and John Jones versus DC as a co-main event.
But they already have it locked for that day.
Oh, for what, July 4th?
No, the 29th.
29th? Well, maybe they'll have that Bisping and
maybe
GSP, but yeah, I would think that they will probably want to do it for the July 4th, make that bigger and shit. But
on that, it's not the 4th. I think it's like the 8th.
Oh yeah, like
is that weekend or that week?
Yeah,
but TJ and Cody. TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt is on that card.
Was it July 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they already have one title fight. But if they were to put Bisping and GSP on that card with John Jones and DC, they would have 3 title fights, including Cyborg.
Has that ever been done? Yeah, right?
I think so.
UFC 200?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Joanna was the title shot.
Joanna. Misha. No, and then...
It was supposed to be DC and John Jones, remember? Yeah. But then that got all functified with John Jones tested positive for some rhino pills.
Yep. Dick pills.
Dick pills. Ay.
He says they're a good time.
It's a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. Have some rhino pills. Have a good time. Yeah, dude.
Did you hear Chris Weidman's interview?
No.
With Ariel?
Oh no, I meant.
He just talked about that whole situation with Mousasi, but I think he's taking it pretty well. He's like, situation sucks, but like he says Mousasi didn't do it on purpose. He didn't know, like, in that moment, he's not thinking his hands are on the ground, let me knee him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Weidman said he wasn't trying to put his hands down. He was just like, oh, I'm going to get kneed if I'm in this position.
Yeah.
And then he ate a knee, and then he thought his hands were down. But, like, he said Mousasi, like, showed class or whatever. He didn't want to win like that.
Yeah.
And then nobody wanted that situation to happen, so it was just a whole mess. But he's like, it's whatever. If he can just get a rematch, pretty much, that's all he wants.
Yeah. Makes sense, I guess. Like, because I would like to see that fight happen again. But
because he's not going to get cut for losing that one.
No. Especially in the way he did. Yeah. No. Kind of sucks for Mousasi because that kind of stalls him a little bit again.
Yeah, in his contract negotiations.
Yeah. Right.
Honestly, he doesn't even need that rematch. He can go to Bellator and make way more money than he would ever in the UFC.
And become a champ over there.
And become a champion.
Yeah.
Like, instantly.
Yeah. Mr. Mousasi, I would like to see him fight again in the UFC, though.
Yeah, I want him to be UFC champ.
Yeah.
That's the only thing keeping these guys in here. Like Jacare, too, he just signed that 8-fight deal.
Got murked.
Whooped. But the only reason he stayed is because he wants to be a UFC champion. He could have gone over to Bellator and been a champion tomorrow.
A casual fan would have... They just jumped into that fight, and they saw that Robert Whittaker versus Jacare. They would have thought, like, oh my god, this Jacare guy, he sucks. This guy is a fucking killer, dude. He's fucking vicious in the stand-up and especially on the ground.
Yeah.
Especially on the ground.
But he was just too slow in the stand-up. Too slow.
That was a shocking thing to me, dude. I was a big fan of Robert Whittaker that night. I was like, all right, I want to see you fight now. Like, I want to see what can you do with other guys. And from Australia, too.
Yeah.
You know?
He's crazy. Like a smaller version of Mark Hunt. Faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And then we fucking RDA moved up, right?
Yeah, he was saying on the MMA Hour that he moved up because the weight cut was killing him, and like his pay isn't worth cutting all that weight, pretty much. But he said he pretty much changed his whole like management, his whole camp, changed where he trains, his coaches, like whole new fresh start in the 170-pound division. So he's doing things differently. Because he said he can get up to 200 pounds, dude. Just like Tony. He's a small guy, but he says his body holds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So 155 was just starting to really kick his ass, and it was starting to be a really rough cut. And now, especially that he's getting older,
and the IV
bands, and also like he said, his last few fights he was not like he said he passed out before he fought Eddie Alvarez, like the day before, and then
God.
when he fought Donald Cerrone, like he couldn't. He said he couldn't. He was like, it was time for him to make weight, go downstairs and weigh in, and he couldn't get off the ground. Like he was so lightheaded and out of it. Like he had to like lay on the ground. Couldn't move really, and he was almost running out of time to go weigh in, and he had to like be helped up to go weigh in.
Pretty much like forced to, because he couldn't even get up himself and do it. Wow. Damn, dude. Yeah, this whole weight cut thing, it's a big issue, but it seems like the fighters are now starting to make the right moves. Like, as far as like, you know what, I'm gonna step up and just fight at this weight class where it's not as heavy on me.
Yeah.
You know, like look at Johnny Hendricks. He started his last performance against Hector Lombard, which I think might even be the perfect matchup for him in that weight class.
Yeah, small.
But
that was a perfect welcome fight to that division.
Yeah, perfect. But Luke Rockhold, dudes like who have those super long legs and just a longer reach in general, they're gonna give Johnny Hendricks a tough fight. But if he does good on his wrestling, which is his bread and butter, you know, just take these longer guys down, keep them down, and hold them down, give them some ground and pound. But any of these long guys like Anderson Silva would give him trouble. Yeah.
Like, who knows if Johnny's like physically big enough to be able to take some of these guys down? Because Anderson's weak on his wrestling game, but do you think he can take him down? He's a small dude. He might not be able to close that distance with Anderson Silva.
I see what you're saying.
And he's like a small dude coming up to that division.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how he...
Like Luke Rockhold, he's not going to take him down. No way. Too long, too strong.
We'll see who they'll pair him up next with, you know? He has a fight that he just start planning him soon. He's been gone for a while.
Yeah. You know, no, I think Johnny does have a fight coming up.
Yeah?
I don't know who against.
Let me see. Let's look it up really quick, ladies and gents. Let's see, because I would like to know if he has, like, if he's going to be paired up with, like, who is he going to be paired up with next?
Tim Boetsch.
Another perfect matchup for him. Another perfect matchup for him. Wow, yeah, this.
Johnny said he felt great too. It's like the most energy he's had in a fight in a long time.
He did look like he had a ton of energy, dude, in that fight. So he's fighting Tim Boetsch. Tim Boetsch is probably still bigger than him, but not as bigger than these other guys in the top 5, like Luke Rockhold and I would consider Anderson Silva maybe top 8. Yeah, but I think that sums it up, man. Anything else that you want to talk about? Anything you should let our MMA...
Let the fans know.
Let the fans know about something, man. What do you got in your mind, dude? Anything you got in your mind? Any sick, twisted thoughts that you want to tell the world?
Hobby.
I keep those locked away.
In my little box.
Yeah.
No, nothing really.
That's it, man. I'm pretty sure I'll think about it later, man. But We'll see. But I think that's it, dude. Anything else we're gonna go before this? Wrap it up and tell our fans to sayonara.
To sayonara.
Yeah, sayonara.
No, I think I talked about everything that interested me. You know?
Yeah, we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you guys for anyone who's listening to this. Please spread the word about Bro Science MMA.
Subscribe on YouTube and leave comments. Like we
don't know
what the hell we're doing here, so
go ahead.
We need any feedback.
Feedback, good, bad. You want to talk shit? Perfect. If not, great. Just give us any feedback. Let us know any advice, any tips, things that you do like, things that you don't like.
Things you want added to the
things you guys want
show.
to add it, right? I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for listening, and we're gonna wrap it up again. We're listening to a little bit of Savior.
All right,
it's showtime.
All right, peace out, guys. We'll see you next week.